Okay, let's start again. This is Sue, the Soggy Stamper. Rain or shine, it's stamping time, and I'm delighted to say we finally have some spring weather with sunshine, and let's see, the temperature is, it says 79 degrees, so it's pretty cool. I should be outside doing something in the yard, but I love stamping, and I love showing you how to do things. So today, I'm going to show you how to do what is called a faux silk technique. This is what it looks like, and it's really quite easy to do. I'm going to be using, and for our card, I'm going to be using the Spotlight on Nature dies and the stamp set, and I'm going to be using Unbounded Love for the stamp set for the greeting. I'm using Designer Series paper. This is called Thoughtful Meadows? Thoughtful Journey. And I just love the papers. I've got most of them here to share with you. The colors are so bright and cheerful. So there's that, and that's the back side. This one and the back side of that. This one and the back side. Like that. Not so sure about that wild wheat. Like this one. And this one. It's hard to choose which to use, actually. I like this one with the thistles. There's one with big thistles, but I've used it all, I think, already. And that. This one's kind of a cool one with misty trees. Oh, I showed you that one already. Here's another version of the thistles. And the one that I'm using today is this one. It had the kind of tree-like things on that, but I'm going to use this back side. Now you can use this technique just using any colored cardstock you want. If you want your faux silk, if you want it to be kind of colored, you can use colored tissue paper. You can take the tissue paper and you can stamp on it so that you have images on your faux silk. With this one, I'm just going to put the tissue paper over this so that it gives a very subtle kind of a tie-dyed color, image to the thing. So you crumple up the paper real good. And I cut this this is a 6x6, and I cut it to 4 inches wide because I didn't want to waste too much. So you crumple up your paper, and then you smooth it out, leaving the wrinkles in it. Because this is what makes it look like silk. And then you either spread multi-purpose liquid glue all over this, or to make it easier, I have adhesive sheets that I'm going to apply. I really love these adhesive sheets. They're useful in so many ways. So I'm going to put it on the surface. Come on. And you peel off the backing paper. And then you just peel it all off. Okay, come on up. Not the glue, just the paper. And this wonderful take your pick tool usually helps get it up and get it started. Okay, there we go. And it helps holding it down, the paper down, so you don't end up with sticky glue all over your fingers. And then you would just press the tissue paper down on it, crinkles and all. Press them down good, like that. And then I'm going to die cut it with the deckled rectangles die. I'll be right back. You could fold it over, your tissue paper over, and have a smooth edge like that, but I'm just going to die cut it. I used the next to the largest die to cut this out, so it's got a deckled edge around it. And then on my sample card, I had used boho blue, which is one of the colors in the designer series paper, but it came out to be a little bit darker than I want, so this time I'm going to use balmy blue. Yeah, come on, open up. There we go. And I'm just going to lightly streak it across to highlight some of the ridges. Yeah, I like that better. So there we have it. The card base is Highland Heather. Eight and a half by 5.5. Scored at 4 1/4. Is standard. And I'm going to put this up in the corner there. I think I like that better. So it gives you a kind of a texture that looks kind of like silk. Like that. And then I'm going to, for a focal point, I'm going to use the Spotlight on Nature stamp set and dies. I'm going to use this image here, and I'm going to use the this die. It is the next to the largest one. So I'll set that aside. I'm going to ink the stamp with Pebbled Path. It gives some definition to the line drawings, but does not say, I'm black, I'm black, I'm black. A little more subtle. Use that as a guide. And so I'm going to use my wonderful stamping blends. I have Old Olive, both the light and Mossy Meadow, light Mossy Meadow, and light old Lemon Lime Twist. For the leaves, thing I like about the blends is that it's a kind of a rather transparent color, so you can still see the lines. And I don't need to color the flower because it's not in, it's going to be cut off. But I've gotten outside the lines, so here's the trick. Color lifter to the rescue. And it doesn't exactly remove it, it just helps you move the color back to where it should be. It doesn't actually take it off as much as it just helps to move it. Man, I was really messy. Is that going to... Yep, that's what I need. Okay, so now the Mossy Meadow light for a little bit of highlighting, or shading, I should say. Kind of a light touch to it. I am no expert on using the blends, but I sure do like them. Okay, so I'm going to, for the flowers, I'm going to start with light bubble bath. And just color them all in with that. Oh, I don't need to color that. And then I'm going to use, well, that was dark bubble bath. That's okay. I'm going to use next a light fresh freesia for a little bit of shading. So one of the things I want to call your attention to this month is that the bundles are 10% off, all of the bundles, and the die cutting machines, both the standard one and the mini, are also 10% off. So if you haven't gotten into those yet, now is the time to take advantage of the sale. Okay, so next thing is to stamp well, first I'm going to go die cut. Be right back. Well, I got a little bit of the flower in there, so I guess I will color it. A bit of the leaf. Okay, so in this set of Unbounded Love, it comes with a set of labels, a variety of different shapes and styles of labels that fit the sayings. And I used on my sample faith, and on the inside is being sure of what we cannot see. But this time I think I am going to do hope and is believing in a brighter tomorrow, because I have some friends that are really without hope. Well, let me put it this way. They need to hang on to hope. And I'm going to use the gray granite. Nope, pebbled path, excuse me. And for a little bit of background, I'm going to use the Balmy Blue ink on this little stippled stamp and just kind of stamp a little bit around, maybe to signify suggesting clouds or sky. Just to give a little bit of depth to the white cardstock. There, that should do it. Okay, then for a little bit of bling, I have this lovely silver and white sheer ribbon, and I'm going to make a loop of it. Put some snail adhesive on the back, seal. After years and years of saying snail, I have a hard time changing it. Loop. Better not use those. Okay, and pop it up with some Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to make this a little bit shorter. That's better. So you might be thinking I have a really crowded place to work here. You're right. And this is the way I usually work. I don't know if you're like me, but I always have stuff crowded around. So there you go. I think I'll trim this flat. There, that's better. So here's the faux silk part, but it's a really easy technique. Now on the inside, I will put a sheet of white paper, basic white cardstock in the inside to stamp my greeting. But there you go. This is almost the finished thing. So thank you so much for watching. Hanging in there with me. This is Sue, the Soggy Stamper. Rain or shine, it's stamping time. If you have any questions, you can email me, sue@soggystamper.com. I will put this, put the directions up on my blog, soggystamper.com. And if you have any, and on my YouTube channel, The Soggy Stamper. If you need any of the products, you can shop with me at creationsbysue.stampinup.net. Or go to my blog, and on the upper right-hand corner is a Shop Now button, and that might be the faster way for you to get there. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your weekend. We'll see you next Friday night.